you've been waiting patiently, but now it is finally time to get back to all of your lovely comments. Welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. Let's go! Alrighty, just a little bit of housekeeping first. In case you weren't aware, I am currently hosting a readathon called the Cozy It Up February Readathon. So if you'd like to join me for that, please do feel free to. We are over on the Discord, and the link to that is right down there in the first pinned comment that you do see. Secondly, in case you don't know what this section is, it is very much self-explanatory. Like I said in the intro, people watch my videos, they comment on them, and then rather than me typing a response back where, you know, inflection and tone can get lost, I rather respond in the video way so that you all can actually see my reaction. And I've had a lot of fun doing it. You all seem to be loving it. So here we go. Not a single comment gets missed. If we run out of time, we get to it in the next video. So picking up from where we left off, let's begin. The first comment is from Donna Marie Reads, who responded on my responding to your comments video, and said, seeing these reactions to the comments are perfect. The emotions in typed messages cannot really be seen, so I love seeing it in a video. Yeah, and Donna Marie Reads right there, making my point that you don't see them. You don't see the reaction. And so I might type, thank you very much, I really appreciate it, and it comes across that way. But instead, in my mind, I'm saying, thank you so very much, I really appreciate it, you're so amazing, you know, so, yeah. Thank you, Donna. Donna also left another comment on the same video. Thank you. I love multiple comments. More than happy to have multiple comments on videos from the same person. And it was, Sims is my favorite game. I have almost all of the packs. Oh, yay! Good on you. I had, up until the latest releases, so January and December releases, I had, I think, about 80% of the packs for Sims 4. And lately I've been doing something a little bit different, which I really love with my Sims. For those of you who don't play Sims, I promise, we'll move on in a moment. But for those of you who do, you'll appreciate what I'm saying here. So what I used to do would be that I would create a family and I would stick with that family forever. Like, seriously, when I first started out, I had the auto aging on and, would stick with that same family, move on to the next generation, so on and so forth and so on and so forth. Then I went through a stage where I didn't want to do auto aging anymore, so I created a family and just stuck with that one family. Then I went through a phase where I didn't want autonomy to be on, so I turned that off. And currently what I'm doing is making multiple families in multiple worlds, and then whatever mood I'm in, I'm like a mood simser, if that makes sense, rather than a mood reader. So I'll just, go to whatever world and family I'm in the mood for in that moment. And it's been a whole lot of fun. So thank you for your lovely comment. I really appreciate getting to talk about Sims, Donna Marie Reed. So thank you. The beautiful Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books has commented on a video. Thank you, Elizabeth. I have so much love for you. She commented also on the responding to your comments video by saying, this is a wonderful idea to respond to comments in a video. Thank you. I've been thinking of doing a response video to negative comments. I think that would be amazing. And let me stress everyone, because I am a very positive person by nature, Elizabeth, I think it would be amazing for you to do that type of thing. I think there are some people out there who might take it too far, but I have seen some comments that Elizabeth has reacted to on other forms of social media, and her responses have been very interesting. Rather than arguing a person, she constructively will argue a point. And I really, really appreciate that. So, Elizabeth, I think that, yeah, it'll be great. You should do it. I'll definitely watch. Lots of times they get deleted by someone else and I don't get a chance to respond. Oh, goodness me. Well, yeah, definitely. Just try and take note of it somehow if you can, because I would love to see the video. Like you said, you can't convey the emotion in a written comment. Most of the time, I'm not upset. I would just like to respond. Exactly. And that's my point when I'm saying to you all that when I've seen Elizabeth respond to certain things, she's not arguing at all with the person. It's not about that. She is constructively arguing, which is like emotionless, constructive criticism, arguing a point that someone has brought up. And I think that that is a very healthy way to have a constructive rather than emotional argument, is to focus on the point that is being made, that you are contending, as opposed to focusing your anger in an, if you are angry, again, I'm saying Elizabeth is not, it comes across as very neutral, but if you are angry and you are trying to argue in a non-constructive way, then you may be angrily arguing with a person about that person, as opposed to just constructively stating your opinion on a subject matter that someone has brought up. So, Elizabeth, I think it would be amazing. You got my vote. You got my vote. Thank you for your lovely comment. My dear friend Ro has commented on my Why I Plan a Yearly TBR video. Thank you, Ro. Ro says, it's amazing you can plan and stick to a yearly TBR. Yeah, there's more that Ro has said, but I'm going to comment sentence by sentence. Thank you, first of all, for the compliment. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, It's been definitely a work in progress this year because I haven't been afraid to mix things up. So when I did my yearly TBR last year in 2024, I was very rigid. Like, I stuck to what it was and nothing was being changed. Where this year, I created the yearly TBR, and then if other things came in and I needed to make room, I would just go through the TBR in each month and go, okay, you know what, I can get rid of that one because I don't really need to read that one, and I can put this one that I'm really eagerly anticipating now. So, knowing that and keeping that in mind, if you still consider that sticking to a yearly TBR, then thank you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, it does a lot for me. And if you haven't seen my video on why I create a TBR, anyway, why I create a yearly TBR, I think it's called, then certainly check it out, because it does explain why I plan my reads a year in advance versus why I would plan them, say, a month in advance, or even a week or a day or whatever it is. But thank you, Ro. Ro goes on to say, I love to make monthly TBRs, but my mood reading takes over. Yeah, I'm starting to, be in the same situation, to be honest. I've been trying to work on a few series at a time, though, and that has been working. Fantastic. That's awesome. If it works for you, do what works for you. And, I absolutely have no shame at all in saying that Ro has recommended some absolutely amazing reads for me. I want to say Ro has recommended amazing cozy mysteries to me, but I can't say that because Ro has actually recommended different genres to me, not just cozies. But they've all been amazing recommendations. Ro, you know me. I'm going to use the one metaphor I probably shouldn't because it's so ironic, but you know me like a book. And I really appreciate that, because a lot of people will send me recommendations, which I really do appreciate that you'll do, and please don't stop doing it. But Ro really knows the type of reader I am, what I like, what I really don't like, specifically what I require and what I would prefer to have not be there. And so because of that, when Ro goes about recommending a book to me, she will say something along the lines of, I recommend this book, and here is why. And I really appreciate that, because it has me very much eagerly anticipating what she recommends. So thank you, Ro, for all of your wonderful recommendations, as well as your wonderful comment. All right. I'm trying to pick up the pace because I want to get through as many comments as I can. So I try to spend as much respectful time as I can on each comment. But again, I am mindful. I'd like to get through more than 10 comments a video if I can. So forgive me if I don't spend enough time on yours. We'll jump on to the next one. Okay. So SS Celestia I love that name so much. Celestia commented, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm quickly going to say why, because otherwise, people are going to say, Miss Francie, why do you like that name so much? And there's a perfectly good reason for it. So my name, to use the Australian vernacular, is Francois, or to use the French pronunciation is Francois. However, I never felt that that Francois ever encapsulated the sort of person that I am. And so, of course, I have the cutened shortening of my name on the channel as Mr. Francy. And as I'm sure you all feel the same, it's very much representative of who I am as a person, rather than saying, hi, I'm Francois. It's like, no, hi, I'm Mr. Francy, woo! And that's who I am. And so I love that name, Celestia. It's just beautiful. Anyway, let's keep going. Has commented on my why I plan a yearly TBR video by saying, my sister, who is a provisional... Oh, I remember reading this. This comment made my day when I read it. My sister, who is a provisional psychologist, overheard you talking about your anxiety, and she loves you! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Before I go any further, mwah! SS Celestia, please send my love back to your wonderful, did you say sister? To your wonderful sister. Thank you. I feel the love. I felt it when I read the comment the first time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. SS Celestia's sister. Lots of love to you. She says you are doing amazing and that you are so positive. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, SS Celestia's sister. Thank you. That comment, it made my day. So this comment was written 2 weeks ago. So when I read it because I read them and then I wait to respond till now, the appropriate time. And yeah, when I read that the first time, I was actually talking to my mum, who I affectionately refer to on this channel as Mama Francy, because the notification just came up while I was on the phone with her. And I went, oh, Mum, there's a notification about something to do with my video. I'm just going to have a quick read. And I'm like, Mum, you got to hear this. And I read it to my mum, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. And 4 sparkly hearts. Sparkle, 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 sparkle. Thank you so much, SS Celestia. It really did make my day, and a big shout out and love back to your wonderful sister. Thank you. Okay. Pat, my dear friend Pat, has commented on my weekly vlog, 12th to the 18th of January 2025, by saying, I also love how in the Coffee House series they start off with the perspective of who is killed. Yes, 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 yes. That always got me hooked, and there's a smiley face. And then she talks about another topic, so I'll quickly address that first. Yeah, so I'm actually currently reading a Coffee House book, and it's a hardcover! Woo! I mean, I have my top tier cozies in my paperbacks, and then I have, like, my number one genre that I love the most, if I have to choose, is cozies. Then so my cozy paperback books mean the world to me. But higher than that are my cozy hardcovers. And this one, the only reason I have this one, to be real, is when I went to purchase the paperback, the hardcover, get this, was cheaper. How is a hardcover cheaper than a paperback? I will take it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not even going to question it. But I'm currently reading Coffee House Mystery Series. Anyway, Pat's making the point about the opening chapter. So it's not a spoiler at all because it's very generalized. In the opening chapter of every single book in Cleo Coyle's Coffee House Mystery Series, we open up with our villain, I guess, if you will, that we're trying to work out who they are throughout the rest of the book, and kind of their perspective as they are having a chat with the victim. We, of course, don't know who the villain is. It is very well written. I really don't mention that enough, but Cleo Coyle's prologues are fantastic. I need to talk about them a lot more than I do, but yeah, it's great to see the perspective of the killer. I really, really appreciate that. Anyway, that always got me hooked, is what Pat is saying. Yeah, I can understand why. It took me back to PLL / Pretty Little Liars days, because I was full on obsessed with that show. They need to bring that back, because let me just say quickly, PLL fans out there who agrees with me, Original Sin is nothing like the old PLL. So they just need to bring PLL back. I mean, come on, let's just round up, Troyan and Shay and Ashley and, oh my gosh, what was her name? Lucy and everyone else, and just say, you know what, we're just going to bring it back. Let's just reboot PLL. But anyway, thank you. Now, the next part of Pat's comment refers to a show that I've been watching, which is Sweet Magnolias. And Pat says, Sweet Magnolias sounds so fun, I should check it out. I highly recommend Sweet Magnolias to anyone who loves their cozy feel type shows, because it is extremely cozy in the way that it is presented. I'm really enjoying my time with it. I am about a quarter of the way through season 2 as we speak. And yeah, it's just been really good. Thanks, Pat. Jessica, my dear friend Jessica from Lady Lovestead Reads, who is, speaking of cozy shows, hosting a watch-a-thon on her Discord server, The Lovestead, of The Good Witch, and I am involved in that at the moment, and I've seen the first 2 episodes. The season 1 we are doing for February, and it's just easier. Don't you think? Let me know in the comments below if you think it's just easier to do a buddy watch of a TV series doing 1 season per month. That's what I think. But yeah, you let me know your thoughts. Anyway, so I watched the first 2 episodes of it last night, The Good Witch, season 1, episodes 1 and 2. I'm over-explaining and I don't need to. Anyway, it's so extremely cozy as well. That and Sweet Magnolias. If you're looking for cozy shows, you can't go wrong with those 2. They are both fantastic. Alright, but Jessica has commented on my weekly vlog 12th to the 18th of January 2025 by saying, hooray for the Coffee House series! Yee! Did you see there is another book in the series coming out this year? I did not! You saw that reaction. This is why we have the video, because you don't get that reaction when I'm doing a typed comment. I did not, no. Hashtag we need more Madame. Yes. Thank you so much for putting in the hashtag. I requested it in the vlog. We do. We need more Madame. There does appear to be more Madame in Once Upon a Grind. So far. I'm about 100 pages in. So far. We'll see. Jessica goes on to say, I love Sweet Magnolias. I haven't watched all of it yet, but let's chat about it. Yes, actually we did. Sorry, I was going to say, yes, Jessica, we should. But no, when I read Jessica's comment, which according to my creator studio was left 13 days ago, I immediately reached out to Jessica and said, yes, let's talk about it. And we did. And it was so fantastic. And some X's and O's at the end. Thank you so much, Jessica. I really, you know how much I appreciate it. So thank you. And Coffee Up, let me put, y'all, if you don't know me, then here's something you may want to know. Anytime anyone says a book of any kind to me, whether it's one that I would want to read or not, or just was rather neutral on, I fly to Goodreads and check it out. So just give me a moment. I'm going to pause and quickly check out this new Coffee House book. I'll be right back. Oh, yes. So in this series of videos, I don't put pictures up on the screen. I was going to do that, but I'm not putting a picture on the screen because they're easier for me to film. I just film and you get the unfiltered, unedited version. So, we're going to pretend I put the picture up on the screen when I announce that book number 21, No Roast for the Weary, if only there was a picture there, right? No Roast for the Weary is coming out in 2025. Oh, I'm so happy. Did I put 21 on my... I'm just checking my SAS list. I did. Yay! So apparently I did know that there were 21, but I had totally forgotten about that book. So thank you, Jessica. Much appreciated. Okay. Pat commented on my unforgettable bookish memories tag by saying, yay! With all exclamation marks. I mean, to start with, let's just comment on that. Thank you for the yee. Well, for the yay rather than the yee, but you know what I mean. Thank you for the positive energy that came through with that just one word. And then Pat went on to say, it's book tag day. Yes, book tag Monday. Woo! What was I doing? Unforgettable bookish memories tag. Yep, cool. And then Pat went on to say, oh, that's so sweet that your dad changed the name with a sparkly heart. Yeah, so Pat is, I'm just trying to remember what it was. and now I have, I'll let you know. Pat is referring to the Rescuers book. It was either the Rescuers or the Rescuers Down Under. When I was younger, he read this book to me and my sister. My sister, her name in Australia is pronounced as Bianca. In America, it's pronounced as Bianca, and I actually prefer Bianca, and so does she. I asked her. She's like, yeah, I prefer Bianca too. But anyway, there was Dad was reading to me and my sister. So you have Francois and Bianca, and the female main character mouse in those books, her name is Bianca or Bianca, depending on how you say it, and the male mouse's name is Bernard. Well, my dad would actually change the name from Bernard to Francois, and he's like, Bianca and Francois, we're doing this. It was, oh my gosh, I really, really appreciated that he did. And Pat, thank you for the sparkly heart. Pat goes on to say sparkle. Pat goes on to say the first book I ever bought with my own money was Beyond the Deep Woods by Paul Stewart. You know what I have to do? I have to fly to Goodreads. I'll be right back. Okay, so Beyond the Deep Woods. Did Pat say it was by that same author, Paul Stewart? Yes. Beyond the Deep Woods is the fourth book in the Edge Chronicles, chronologically the fourth book in the Edge Chronicles series by Paul Stewart. It is a young adult fantasy book. Ooh. I won't take up our time looking at this now, but I will keep the tabby open and I will go back to it when we're done. Pat goes on to say, I remember finding it in the bookstore and falling in love with the cover, but I had no idea that it was the fourth book in a series. There we go. So when I read it, I had no idea what was happening and I never finished it. Such a fun tag and two sparkly hearts. Thank you. Sparkle, 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 sparkle. I need to comment on that. I went to the library in 2020 when I first started this channel, and I found this book, and I think it was by someone named Mona something. I don't know. It was a fantasy book. Let's put it that way. I found this beautiful hardcover library hardcover, anyway, edition of the book, and cut a long story short, I borrowed it, brought it home, and then looked up on Goodreads, the book, so I could add it to my currently reading, and it said it was book number 9 in a series. I'm like, are you kidding me? Book number 9? I'm going to have no clue what's happening. So I ended up purchasing book number 1 and reading that, and then ultimately decided not to continue on with the series. I honestly don't remember why though, because I think overall I actually did really enjoy the book, but anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, you brought back memories for me, Pat. I totally get where you're coming from there. And then Pat says, I just looked up the Beyond the Deep Woods on Goodreads. Apparently it is a series, but each book can be read as standalones. There you go. Maybe my 8-year-old brain was just not prepared for that adventure, and a laughing emoji. Maybe. I mean, we are very different readers when we're younger, aren't we? In saying that, I'm a massive advocate of adults reading books that aren't necessarily adult. It is, if you've seen my channel, then you would know by now, very well known, that my reading spans over all of the age range genres. I don't recognize new adult. I just don't. Because it's a very new age rating, and I just personally don't think it's necessary. If you do, no judgment to you. I just don't. But I do read all the original age ratings. I read adult, YA, and middle grade. And even in January, I read a picture book. I mean, so, I love it. But yeah, we definitely think differently when we're a child versus when we are an adult. Thank you so much for your comment, Pat. Jessica commented on my January book tag by saying, oh, Jan, I was in Jan's Patreon for a while. She's great. Yeah, I actually looked Jan up outside of her January book tag to prepare for that video that I was doing, and because Jan's doing the is it called the Inferno book challenge or something? Yeah, love her as a creator. I definitely need to watch more of her stuff. Anyway, and I think Jessica's actually recommending this here, and that's why I looked her up. Continuing on about Jan, Jessica saying she's great. Speaking of downstairs, so if heaven is upstairs, speaking of downstairs, Jan has a readathon coming up based on the different levels of downstairs, called Jonte's Inferno. There we go. It's a fun one. And there's a sparkly heart. Sparkle, sparkle to you, my dear friend Jessica. And yeah, that would have been why I checked out that video. And she was a whole lot of fun. I don't know how I didn't know about Jen, Tree? Is it called Jen Tree? I don't know. Anyway, Jan, prior to that point. Okay, Pat commented on my February readathon announcement video, which was for the Cozy It Up February, and Pat said, I'm so excited, full on exclamation mark, so it should be read as, I'm so excited, which, yee, I'm so glad you are. I'm going to start working on my February TBR ASAP, and there's a popping emoji, like popping confettis emoji, and 2 sparkly hearts, so pop, pop for the popping emoji, and sparkle, 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 sparkle. Thank you so much, Pat. Oh my gosh, I am so excited too. Like, seriously. The world, you know what? That famous song says what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And that is very true. Love makes the world go round, in my opinion, as opposed to money. But what the world needs now when it comes to reading is cozy mysteries, sweet cozy mysteries. Because they are exactly that. They are sweet, cozy, beautiful, warm feeling reads. And oh my gosh, the world needs more of them. So if you would love to get involved, link to Discord right down there, the pinned comment. Check it out. We'd love to have your company. Okay, Ro commented on my February readathon announcement saying, yay! So much fun. And all cozy mystery readathon is my perfect kind of readathon, with 2 exclamation marks. Thank you, Ro. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm aiming for a blackout. Yay! I am too. Yeah, I've set readathons in the past, that I'm hosting, that I've come up with, where I didn't aim for a blackout, but I definitely am with the February, Cozy It Up February. I don't know why I'm pointing. Why am I pointing? I'm not putting anything up on the screen. It's okay. Thank you, Ro. Okay, Jessica commenting on the February readathon announcement saying, I don't think I'll end up with a blackout, but I should be able to knock out a bingo. Hooray for cozies! With an exclamation mark. Thank you, Jessica. I'm so happy I got to this comment because it allows me to make the point here. Honestly, for me, I never thought I'd see the day where I hosted a readathon, let alone when anyone would join me for one. But now that people are, I am extremely thankful for that. I love that there are people of all different levels of reading and experience with different books and readathons that want to achieve different things. Whether you come along to this readathon because you want to, achieve a blackout, whether you come along because you want to achieve a bingo, or whether you're coming along to read one book and fulfill one prompt, or just to experience the readathon. I am thrilled to have you here. It is not a competition at all. It's just a great way to expose people to cozies. And if you already love your cozy mysteries, and I keep saying cozy mysteries instead of cozies because there is cozy fantasy. I have not read cozy fantasy. So when I say cozies, I mean cozy mystery. So I just am thrilled that people are coming along and joining in because cozies need more exposure. And if you already love them, yay, let's read more. Thank you, Jessica. Your comment was perfectly timed in this portion of the video, but I really appreciated the actual comment also itself, on an individual level. You know what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Jessica. Pat commented on my reading vlog 19th to the 24th of January 2025 by saying, that happens to me sometimes too. Yee! I don't know what, but that whatever it is, it's not just me. Let's find out. I'll absolutely love the first 3 or 4 books in a cozy series, and then they either start feeling too predictable or the style changes so much that I end up soft DNFing them. I put them aside for a few months and sometimes come back to try again. Yes, you're referring to me DNFing the Callahan cruise ship cozy mystery series. Thank you. Yes. So I DNF'd that after whatever it was, book 7, I think. I stopped 45 pages in. But I will say, I soft DNF'd Coffee House, what we just showed just a moment ago, that I'm currently reading. I soft DNF'd that for many reasons, and then I came back to it, and I'm so glad that I did. So yeah, definitely have been in that situation, and I'm glad that I'm not alone, and now we know the reason why. I'll put them aside for a few months and sometimes come back to try again. Occasionally I just need the break, but at other times I realize this series just isn't for me anymore, and that's okay too. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. And honestly, the way I see it is there are so many books out there and we have so little time on this earth to read those books that it's not worth trying to force yourself to read any standalone, let alone books in a series that you're not enjoying. You know, the way I see it, DNF away and find yourself a book that you love, because reading is meant to be fun. So enjoy what you read, and if you're not enjoying it, honey, DNF. And then give the book a second chance at life. You can donate to so many different places. I found out recently, I phoned my library. I had a great discussion with them. I can talk about that another day, but part of that phone call was the librarian suggesting to me, because the library didn't take unhauls. I asked if they did, and my one doesn't. And she said, but you know, places that do include nursing homes. And I went, oh my gosh, that's a very good point. I never thought of that. There are so many places that will take your books from you, and that will give those books what I call a second chance at life. So yeah, DNF away, give the book to someone that you know will give it that second chance, and yeah, find something you love. I'm so glad you found a series you're diving into right now, and loving the Christmas Tree Farm series is seriously the coziest of cozy mysteries. Yes, Christmas Tree Farm absolutely is the coziest of cozy mysteries. I agree, and thank you. I really appreciate that you love that I'm loving it. Does that make sense? I hope so. And 4 sparkly hearts. So sparkle, 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 sparkle. Okay. I am very quickly running out of time here. So I will do one more and then we'll have to stop for today, but I will be back with another one soon, as you all know. So, Dusty Book Sniffers, who is just absolutely wonderful, commented on my reading vlog, same reading vlog, by saying it's a shame the author changed her formula regarding the Millie Cruise Ship Cozy Mystery series, but at least you get to read some more amazing books with a beautiful love heart. Thank you for that beautiful comment, Nicole, I think. Yes, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Definitely. You know, when a door is closed, a window is opened elsewhere, and because it is a cozy mystery series, I can replace it with so many other cozies, and that makes me very, very happy. All right, everyone. I want to keep going on. I really, really do, but I'm afraid we've run out of time. In the words of Mrs. Doubtfire. Do we have enough time? So that is where we are going to leave it for today. Letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please, as I always say, do be kind. Love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world, because it's needed. We need to sparkle. And until next time, happy reading.